Welcome to the Fit Life Orange County, a show dedicated to busy men and women focused on taking back control of their fitness and their lives with the help from ideas and programs from local experts here in Orange County. Here are your hosts, Bryce Henson and Jake Stewart.
Hey friends, your coach Bryce here, host of the Fit Life Orange County and owner of Mission Viejo Fit Body Bootcamp, and excited to shoot this podcast today. Before I get into today's content, I want to give you a friendly reminder to give us a like, give us a subscribe on YouTube, and write us an awesome review in iTunes. That way we can keep producing this content for you for free. So today's topic, and you're stuck with me in another solo episode, which I want to pour in my knowledge, my insights, from being in the fitness industry professionally since 2009, and even before so since really 2007, when I went through my own transformation journey. And I'm actually going to tell you that story today, but really through the context of belief. At the end of the day, nothing amazing or magical has ever happened to humanity in the world without a strong level of belief. And that goes the same with your mindset and your fitness. And the fact is that most people, and I've been there before, especially pre-transformation, I didn't believe in myself. I believed in fitness. I believed it worked. I believed it worked for other people, but I did not believe in my soul that it worked for me. And since I did not believe in my soul, I would not take the appropriate action as if someone who had that belief in order to get the desired result. And that's so important because you have to be able to take the desired action, in order to change your fitness, to change your life. In the Power of Fit Body Bootcamp, we are here to serve you. We're here to support you through our awesome fitness coaches, but you have to believe. But the good news is there is power within a fitness coach to be able to transfer that belief until you can believe for yourself. And I'll story tell a little bit because I was in that same situation. So if you're listening to this or watching this thinking to yourself, you know what, I know I want to be fit. I know this program works, but if I'm being very honest with myself, I don't know if I believe in myself. That's okay, my friend, because honestly, I was in the exact same position. And winding back the clock, I probably wanted to be fit for many years before I actually became fit. I'm going to tell you that story. I'm going to tell you a story how I hired a first fitness coach who really was a mentor of mine. And I borrowed off his belief until I could believe for myself. And that's really, really important and really the value of really what I want to showcase for you today. So to rewind the story, I'm not originally from Orange County, although I love it here. I've lived here for nearly 20 years, but I'm originally from the Midwest and come from humble beginnings for first world standards. My family used to run out of money before we used to run out of month. So as you would imagine, fast food and specifically Taco Bell was a little bit more affordable on the menu, even though it had long-term repercussions. But really that was the environment and that was my nutritional protocol growing up. And then of course, living in the Midwest, which is an amazing place, salt of the earth people. But I think we can all agree, not the fitness capital of the world. So between my family's economic situation and also to the cultural environment of living in the Midwest, being dialed in with health and fitness and nutrition, that just wasn't part of my daily life. Up until I was about 23 years old. And really, as the story goes, I put myself through college, and when I was graduating from Michigan State. I ended up getting an internship, which then turned into a full-time position in Los Angeles, California, just up the road. So I moved here in 2004, and I was excited to be in LA. The palm trees, the blue skies, all that California had to offer, and specifically LA had to offer. But one thing I certainly probably should have known of, but I didn't really fully digest, but LA being the plastic capital of the world. So 21 years young, moving to Southern California. Initially, I lived in LA for about 2 years before I moved to Orange County. And being 3,000 miles from home, having very little professional skills to offer the world, being homesick, maybe some of you can relate to this. But really, when I strip it down, I didn't have fitness. I didn't have energy, confidence, enthusiasm, vibrancy, everything that really fitness gave me. And that's why I'm so passionate, as well as my team, to inspire fitness and change lives every day, which is really our mission here at Fit Body Bootcamp and the Fit Life Orange County show.
What's up, my friend? Coach Bryce here. Now, you might know me as the co-host of this podcast and the owner of Mission Viejo Fit Body. But what many people don't know is that I began my journey as a fitness transformation story. You see, circuit training and nutrition coaching absolutely changed my life after being overweight with a diet of mainly fast food in my late teens. Now, upon my fitness transformation in early 2007, yes, I gave gain a much better physique as I was overweight and lacked lean muscle. But way more than burning fat and building lean muscle, I increased my confidence, my energy, and my vibrancy to live life. And it's for these reasons that many people join our boot camp. In fact, with our Ultimate Transformation Program, we guarantee that you will lose at least 15 pounds in 12 weeks, or your program is free until you do. Now go ahead and visit our website at missionviejofitbody.com. Now thanks, and back to the show.
So when I made my entry to LA, as I articulated, I had more dark days than good for the first couple of years. And that was until something magical happened to me in a very fortuitous situation. And one of my dear friends, who I'm still very close with today, his name is Adam. He was my first fitness mentor, moved to Orange County. And we went to college together. And something a little bit about Adam, he was not on the cover of Men's Health, but he could have been. He had the six-pack abs, the glistening muscles, all the energy, the vibrancy, all the girls loved him. I certainly looked up to that. And when we moved together, we lived together initially in Costa Mesa, then Newport, that kind of area for a couple of years. When we lived together, it took me a few months, if I can admit this to you, embarrassingly to say, to finally muster up enough courage to say, hey, Adam, can you show me a little bit about this fitness thing? And Adam turned to me and said, Bryce, I thought you'd never ask. But when he asked me, he said, I'm going to put you on a 12-week program because I need your commitment for 3 months. Because you saw how many guys actually asked me, to be fit and to learn from them or learn from me throughout college, and how many actually stuck with it. Virtually zero. So he's like, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. So I want you to lift what I want you to lift. I want you to eat what I want you to eat. And then after the 12 weeks, if you're like, hey, this is not for me, no problem. But at least we both gave it a fair effort. And I said, okay, sign me up. And Adam, I am so glad, and if you're watching this, so glad you did that, because let's face it, the mornings came early, the evenings came late. The first few weeks of circuit training, which really introduced me to Fit Body Boot Camp. This is early 2007, before Fit Body Boot Camp was even a brand. But holy smokes, I was sore. I second-guessed myself. I had all the mental talk going in my mind that I could not do this. But thankfully, through the power of the coach, I stuck with it. Because again, if I'm being very, very honest with you, part of me was excited. There was a part of me of like, okay, I'm excited. Could this be a change in my life? But the other part of me was like, Bryce, I'm going to do this for 12 weeks. And when it doesn't work for me, at least I said I could try. And that was honest to God truth. If you were to ask me that was half of my mentality. It was just really to check the box, because I didn't believe at a foundational level in myself enough to realize that I could be fit, I could be healthy, I could change my life. And I think that's the big message, because really over the period of 2 years, I trained with Adam, but really it was about 6 months. And really the first 12 weeks, did I absolutely radically transform my physique? No. However, in the words of Tony Robbins, progress equals motivation. So it got me to the point after that 12 weeks had finished to realize I saw some changes. My jawline, my fitness, my physique was changing a little bit. And I remember thinking to myself, oh my God, Adam, it's actually working. And then of course I followed suit. And then really through about 6 months in is when I really had my transformation. I dropped 20 pounds of body fat. I put on 20 pounds of lean muscle. Ironically enough, and this is a great other message as well, that the scale is not the only metric. I started and ended my transformation at 175 pounds, but you see my before and after picture. I'm going to ask my media team to cue that before and after picture up. I could look completely different. But it was actually the body fat and my body composition that changed, but had more energy and vibrance and confidence, and why I'm standing in front of you today so passionate about fitness, because it changed my life, it changed my core, it changed who I am, and I want that for you. And really the message on this podcast is, I did not believe in myself until probably about a solid 6 months, but it was probably even after that, until I fully looked in the mirror and realized, you know what, I got this. Because throughout that process, while I did not believe in myself, I did believe in Adam, and I borrowed off Adam's belief, because Adam had already been there. He had been an active and fit guy for years before. He knew what fitness worked. He was living the healthy, fit lifestyle. Okay, and I think that's a great coaching moment as well. If you're trying to do something in life, whether it's fitness, whether it's business, instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, just go find someone who's already done what you want to do. Okay, hire them, get coaching from them. That's the reason that Fit Body Boot Camp exists, so we can provide that platform to other people. And the funny thing that's happen is you might not believe in yourself initially, but you'll borrow off your coach's belief, just like I did for Adam, just long enough where I borrowed that belief, Well, then I realized, holy smokes, I woke up one day and I realized, you know what? I actually believe myself. And my friend, this is the value of fitness coaching. This is the value of accountability, is the belief. Because if you truly don't believe, you're not going to take the action you need to change your life. And I want you to take that action. And that is the value of hiring a fitness coach where you can borrow that belief just long enough until one day you wake up and realize, you know what? I believe myself. And when you believe in yourself, everything will change. So my friends, that's my message for today. Hopefully that insight, that foundation, that mindset perspective will really help you along your journey. I know it will. It certainly did for me. And I felt so compelled to share this episode for you today. So if you got value, which I know you did, go ahead and give us a like, give us a subscribe on YouTube, write us an amazing review on iTunes. But better yet, share this message with someone in need. I know you have a friend, a family member, a work colleague that really needs to hear this message. They need a change in their life. Let's help beat the obesity epidemic together. Nearly 50% of our population is statistically obese, and we want to change that. We have a huge mission to inspire fitness, change lives every day, and we appreciate you and help and your support. So with all that said, thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next episode.